Hello, this is Bob Golding again. I'm making a video. I'm a senior escalation engineer at the Microsoft site in Charlotte. This video is about MSRs and how they relate to the hypervisor. So in this video I'll talk about MSRs, what they are, and how the hypervisor handles them. First of all, what is an MSR? An MSR is what's called a model-specific register. It's used to perform a specific purpose on the processor. It can be used for debugging, performing, and as it implied in its name, it is model-specific. There are two instructions used to manipulate the MSR registers. One of them is a write MSR, and the other is read MSR, to read the register. One to write, one to read. And both are privileged instructions. Now, excuse me, the operands are in a write MSR and read MSR that the MSR register is in RCX, and the microcode will pick up the instruction and perform the read or write MSR on real hardware. But in VMs it's handled differently. So before we talk about the MSR and VMs, let's talk about a little bit how VMs work. When the VM runs, the hypervisor executes what's called a VM run instruction. And VMs have machine context similar to a process. When the VM run is executed, the VM is put into execution. Basically, VMs are scheduled like threads. When the VM is put into execution, control transfers to a completely other machine based on the context that's passed into the VM run instruction. The VM run instruction, and the VM will execute until a certain event occurs, and the VM run instruction will go either to the next instruction or call a callback, and return controls back. Control returns back to the hypervisor. Certain events like interrupts are some examples in some configurations, and some instructions called VM exits. And the VM exit occurs when the hypervisor needs to handle the particular instruction or event. Read MSR and write MSR are one of these instructions. And in a hypervisor, there is something called MSR filtering. MSR filtering is when the MSR instruction traps into the hypervisor will validate the MSR access. And in some instances, the hypervisor can cause the VM to take a general protection fault if the access is rejected. Below is an example stack when this has happened. As you can see that when we trapped out in the general protection fault in frame 9, the instruction being accessed is a read MSR instruction, and the MSR address is in RCX, and the hypervisor rejected the MSR access, causing the VM to take a protection fault. So if you run into one of these and it's on the VM, it's not a hardware problem. It's just that the VM has rejected, the hypervisor has rejected the MSR access. And this is an example of that case. So beware, this can happen in some configurations. Okay, thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the video.